This is Blair, your cancer care bear. No hair, don't care. All faith, no fear. And you are now in the Blair podcast. Welcome to the vibe. So y'all want to hear a funny story? Actually, I got a couple stories. And I'm actually going to start back in 2008 when I was working for Hollywood Video. So I was 20 at the time. This was like my first job back in VA since I left in '05. I mean, at this time I was a shift leader, and y'all know Hollywood Video, the video store, sold movies, games, and all that type of stuff. So there was this incident where this guy, this is my first time actually sharing this with the world. So there was this guy that came in and tried to rob us, right? And I'm gonna be honest, the dude tried to rob us. He had a wool hat on. It wasn't a ski mask. He just had like a regular winter hat, and he had it over his face. And he had his hand in his shirt. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not like one of them people that's like, hey, I ain't no thug or nothing like that. But I was just checking movies in. And I was checking movies in, and my man's that I also worked with, he was on the counter, like right next to me, like not too, like a couple feet from me on the counter, just sitting on the counter on the phone. And it was just me and him there, and I think there was like two other customers like somewhere in the store. I think they was like by the exit. So the guy comes in and just put his hand in the shirt, be like, "Give me all your money, give me all your money." And I mean, like I said, my man's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's smiling or whatever. He sees him. So I'm looking at him. So I'm like, all right. And I'm just going about my business, still checking movies in. So and I mean, he's there, and like I said, this was like, maybe, I'm not sure, not too much later, like maybe like less than 30 seconds later, guy hits me. He punched me in the face, but it like, it's the head, but it's the face. So he punches me in the face. Now, my first reaction, like, again, like I said, I don't fight or nothing. I'm like, I'd be scared to fight half the time. I really don't know my own strength. But my first reaction was I walked off into into the office. It was like, no, this ain't no game here. This ain't no game or whatever. So I like walk off in disbelief. Then I hear the alarm goes off. Like I don't know. Like I didn't hit nothing. Man didn't hit nothing. Like he didn't. Like when I come back out after I get myself together, because I'm like, all right. So this dude's serious. Let me. Like he goes. He takes off. Then you know my coworker, my man, he was on the counter when it happened, so he hopped off. Like I just seen him get hit. And he's like, "Yo, let me get your keys real quick. I'm about to bust his ass or whatever, right?" But I'm I'm sitting here like, okay, I go out. I see him like he must have like took off pretty fast, but there's like maybe another, because we're like in the front of the shopping center. Then he's like, I just see him go like towards like the woods or whatever. So the police ended up coming maybe not too much longer, to like 10, 15 minutes later, because apparently, like I said, the alarm, it sets it, when because the customers that was in the store, they was the one who set the alarm off, because they went out the gate, they went out the door. So as I'm as the police come, they come in there. Of course, they gotta do their job, figure out what happened. And I know the customers came in and it was like, because they was like, they seen me get hit or whatever, and they said they saw the guy take his, like, I guess when he left out, they saw him take his his mask. They lifted his mask up or whatever. I mean, I already knew it was a black guy, because I know, like say he ain't had no gloves or nothing on, so I just knew he it was a black dude. But they said he lifted his mask up. They didn't have like no description. They just said they saw him take his hood off, and then like say he took off, from the thing. So I don't know exactly how close he went, but my idea was like he probably lived close by or somewhere by, because there was times before where there has been other places in the area that got hit. People robbed some stores like right around there, with guns or whatever, but it was like a group of people, maybe like two or three other people. But not saying that this was the same person, but that was just something like we was definitely thinking about. So like I'm automatically thinking like, man, I just freaking got, like, somebody just got away with got a lick on me or whatever. Ain't no ego, ain't no pride, ain't ashamed. It is what it is. I mean, I'm alive. Nobody got anything. I mean, I just got a story, story and some laughs. Like I said, happens to the best of us. But it was kind of interesting because, like I said, I was already shift leader. I was still waiting on my raise. It took that incident for me to get that raise, or not even say it took it to get that raise, but that was actually because the manager of the store had to come all the way from where she was, which was a couple cities over, just to kind of deal with this issue. So there was that. So she actually had to do like certain paperwork to kind of like get my raise and everything. But that's one of those memorable moments that I have at my job, right? And I'm just sharing this because it's I just thought it was pretty funny. Like I said, I got robbed by a blind man, pretty much. Daredevil, some dude couldn't see. Dude couldn't see. That dude couldn't, like it was just wild. And maybe I'm trying to think. This was like in 2008. So maybe 2 years after that, this is probably like 2009, 2010. This was like before I moved back to DC, because I moved back to DC in April 2010, and there was another incident. Now this incident was kind of interesting as well, and this is the reason why and after I'm done telling this story, I'ma ask y'all a question, because this question was posed to me. So I was a patient transporter at the hospital, and then I had to bring this one guy up from the ER, old guy. Not sure what was wrong with him. He was in the hospital. His family was there. I go to the ER. Now, mine is 6th floor, so I'm trying to think. We might have been on the third or fourth, maybe. But either way, taking this guy up. He's in a stretcher. Hooked up the IV. The whole time he just like he gotta go to the bathroom. His people's like, go get there. I'm telling him like, I'm sorry. So we're almost there. So we get to the floor. we're trying to get the nurse. I'm like when I get to the floor, I tell the nurse, he gotta go to the bathroom. Where's his room at? So, he's finally get him out the stretcher or whatever. Now, mind you, the IV still hooked up. I gotta disconnect. I gotta because it was kind of interesting because he was in the hospital, hooked up to the IV, and he had one of those portable ones where that's attached to like a pole, and like the one that you can walk with. But I had to bring him up in the stretcher. So I had that, and then I also had the stretcher. I think maybe one of his. I mean, we're not supposed to, but I think one of his family members was kind of like walking beside me, kind of like trying to keep the stretcher. And it was. But anyway, he had to use the bathroom so bad. Like he was trying to, like when he got out, he was like, yeah, I had to untangle him though, because of the way he got out the stretcher. It was kind of like wrapped around him, and so he kind of like started kind of like doing like he was kind of like moving his legs down, because like I said, he was trying to like get out. So I lied to you not. This was like the worst thing that ever happened to me, like ever. The guy, he just like I'm not even sure how to say it. Like when I say just mad blood, like it was blood, and it was like blood shit or something. Like it was red, but it just came out. It came out like his booty was loose or something. So I got shitted on, and now it didn't get all on me, but it came out because he had the gown on already. Came out, it splattered all on the floor, and a lot of it got on my leg, on my pants. So and then he dropped. So he already got like the IV tangled up. Then I'm kind of like trying to keep. I got his shoulders up, like still kind of like stretched back a little bit, because I don't want to be all on him. So I'm kind of like, it's like a little. like I'm my position is kind of like I'm diving, like I'm about to go for a dive because like I'm kind of like my like I can't really give y'all the example, but y'all know what I mean. I'm in that position, like I'm kind of like reaching. I'm reaching like all the way, like my legs is far apart from where he was, and then I'm just like in my mind, I'm like you old. So then, so now I got, crap on my, like blood blood on my pants that smells like shit or whatever. So I should have quit right then and there, but I called my base, tell them like, hey, I got a situation, a patient failed, and my pants are ruined or whatever. I gotta get out of here. And me, just being a team player that I am, they was like, are you good? You alright? And I was like, yeah, but I need to get out of here. So they was like, you can, maybe you can go. Like, I guess they asked me to get some scrubs or something, get some scrubs from the floor or something, put those on. And I finished my shift, what my scrubs on, but I wasn't happy about it. So, oh man. So the thing is, so like I said, so these two incidents, somebody attempting to rob us and me getting sucker punched, and then me getting shitted on by a patient, but it's bloody, it's blood or whatever. So my brother asked me if I could erase one of those memories, what would it be? And I told him, of course, it would be the hospital one. Though it was funny, it wasn't funny. It was a patient in there. It was, like I said, sad for him, but it was sad for me too, cause shoot, man, like I said, at least nothing got on my skin. It was just like on my pants, but it's still like, that junk was just kind of nasty. But yeah, I would have erased that hospital incident, and those are my two worst horror stories at work, because both situations, though it brought many jokes and many dialogues throughout the years since, the way I would do it differently would be, I probably would have responded a different way to the robbery, as far as me really retaliating. And for the hospital incident, I definitely probably would have just went home for the day. But it is what it is. It was both of these incidents over 10 years ago. These incidents were funny. Like I said, I can laugh at myself about these things. It was even funny even then, because like if your friends or your brothers and stuff, your family can't, if they can't make a joke of some of your tragic, traumatizing ordeals, then it ain't real. Cause like we we kind of got that kind of relationship. But we almost died one day when I was working for Enterprise. When I was working at this car rental place, right? So I was walking, I was driving, drove one of the Benzes, right? Now, this is just an extra piece. Driving one of the Benzes back to the branch. And my coworker in front of me goes through. Me, there's a bus coming other way. I'm supposed to make a left into the parking lot. The bus coming, so I'm turning. I turn, about to make the cut. Like now, the bus beeped the horn. Now, and the crazy thing is, the bus beeped the horn. I'm looking at the bus, and like, I kid you not, I was like a damn headlight because I don't know. I think I was still driving, but everything seemed like it was going in slow motion. Like, my life flashed for my eyes. Like, I can remember me turning, going through, like I said, I had enough room, but it was just like, hey, you in front of a bus, so I drive through it. Go cut through. Next time no bus coming, I'm looking at it, one hand, left hand on the wheel, other hand on my lap, I'm looking at the bus. I think I was driving. Apparently I was driving because I did make it. But I'm looking. I'm like I'm just still going. Like I'm still going forward. Like it was like I was floating. So so I tell y'all, like, I had some pretty good jobs over the years. So y'all tell me, for those of y'all listening, what was some of y'all worst job experiences? If y'all could name maybe 2 or 3 worst job experiences, tell them. Tell me. Are they worse than mine? Would y'all do any of them over? How would y'all react differently? Just tell me. Like, I'm interested to know. Because, see, this is like the earliest stage of my working career. Like, I started working when I was 18. First job was UPS. And I was working for Landover, but I was working in Washington, D.C. because we as a driver helper, we work closer to where we live. And I tell you, man, that first job that I had, it was short, but that was some good money. 18 years old, didn't have to worry about paying no bills, rent, nothing like that. DC, wintertime, hard times. Like I said, this was like, I'm not even sure it was as gentrified as it was then, but yeah, man. But yeah, y'all tell me, blessed ones, like, tell me about y'all work experiences. And like always, stay positive, productive, and prosperous. This is Blair, and I'm out.